Hi, we're gonna start uh, learning about the dictionary in this class again. So we'll be learning few while loops, dictionary, accessing the dictionary, and then creating a dictionary of our own. So let's start. The program one says that Scrabble is a word game in which words are constructed from the letter tiles. Each letter tile contains a point value. If you have played Scrabble, the board game, it's exactly like that. Each letter has certain point value, and then the value of the word is determined by the sum of each tile's point added to any point provided by the word's placement on the game board. Okay. So you have to write a program using the given dictionary. We have been provided a dictionary here. This is our dictionary that determines A values to 1, letter B has a value of 3, and likewise we have A to Z. So we have to write a program for a given dictionary of letters, point values that takes word as an input and output the base total value of word. So we have to provide word as an input and provide the base total value of the word, which with respect to the letter. Your program should allow the user to enter multiple words as input until stop word is detected, which is Q or quit. These are the single letter shortcut to terminate the program. So your program should keep running, keep asking the input, and if you provide input as a Python here, uh, capital Python, then Python is worth 14 points. How we determining it? Letter P corresponds to number 3. So we are adding 3 plus Y, which means 4, 7, plus T determines to be 1, so it is 8. H is 4, so 12. O is 1, and N is 1, so total 14. So this is the logic. We are taking an input from a user, which is a word. We read each character in a word and we map it to the dictionary to find the key value for the given key. We fetch the value and keep adding into the integer value, which is going to be our values for the word. Okay. So I hope the problem is clear. So we have to keep asking till you type quit, and that's the point where you will quit. We will not compute the quit. And in this, we are assuming that whatever the input is coming, we're gonna make it uppercase to map it to the upper letter. So this is our problem. Let's start coding it. So to code it, we have been provided as a tile dictionary. So I'm gonna make a dictionary for the given tile. So for letter A, we have value 1, letter B has value 3. Likewise, I made a dictionary up here. We have a stop word, which is quit or Q. So I'm gonna make a list of stop words, which is Q or Q. And then I'm gonna make a user input, which is going to run it first time. So I'm gonna make it hard-coded user input to be string, empty string, which is not quit or Q. So it is loop, will make sure that it's running. And then we have a base value, which is the value of our word. Okay. And then I need a user input to be provided from a user, right? A user is gonna give you the input, so I need an input function, and I need to make it look like this. And then I wanna make it uppercase, so I'm using dot upper function, which is gonna provide me the input in upper letter. So if I give Python, this will be technically converted to this because of the input we are getting Python, and because of the upper function, we are converting it into Python. Okay. So now we have got a user input, and then we have to check if user input is not in stop word, then only I have to run the loop. And before running the loop, I can do is, the character list. I have to make a list out of the input. So I'm gonna make a character. It's not necessary, you can loop over each character, but uh, this is another way of doing it. So we are converting this input into a list, which is going to be like a list around this. If you make it as a list, it will be a list of character, right? So I'm going to make a list of user input, which will give me a list of character like this, right? So this is gonna be like this, right? So what we are doing, we are making a list out of us input string, which is coming, and it's gonna be a list of each character. We are assuming there will be no space, but if there is a space, it will be counted as a list of a character, right? But we are not having space, so we are assuming that it's gonna be a Python, right? A list of character with whatever the spelling is on. So this will give me a character list. Or you can run a loop directly for each char in, right, the word, as we know. But I have done already with the list. So I'm gonna do is for I in character list, it means that I represents each character. Each character. So what we are doing is we are making a base value. We are updating a base value, and we have studied in previous classes how to access the value of I, which is P in first iteration. So we need to fetch the value of 3 from this dictionary. So how do we do that? We just write a dictionary, tile dictionary, sorry, and then we pass the key value on it. So what is the key? Key is gonna be I, because every time it's gonna loop over. For first iteration, I will be P. It will fetch the value of P here. For second iteration, it will be Y. It will fetch the value of Y4. So 3 plus 4, 7 plus 1, 8 plus 4, 12. In next iteration, it will be O, and 1 will be added to the value. And that's how we will get the value. And once our loop is end, within this if, we want to print the value of the user input provided. So I'm gonna say is worth of, we have computed it in a base value, points, right? This is what we were expecting. Python is worth 14 points. And it will keep looping over again and again because everything is written inside this while loop. You can see the while loop has this white line going on with the scope. So this is all part of a while loop. This is all part of a if condition. What will happen if and we are taking an input from a user every time. As soon as user enter quit, we will not run this loop with this for loop and will not compute this condition because this condition does not stand. And it comes to the next iteration here and it says that the user input, which has been provided as a quit here in the last iteration, is in stop word. So this loop will also break. So let's run this.